This video will be the start of the 3x3 3-corner lookalikes. I'm not going to do all of them because there are like 28 in total. So I'm just going to split that into two. So it's like 14 and 14. Fits nicely with the other videos which have around 15 Algs. So moving on to the cases, these first few look like the knight shape cases on 3x3. You have this L shape here. Same here, but like a mirrored L. And the way you tell the difference between these two cases is that if you put the 2x2 block on the top, then you have this extra corner on the right, and here you have the extra corner on the left. So the Alg for this case is just the 3x3 Alg for that specific case. This one isn't the 3x3 Alg, but it goes like this. And that's also just very easy to learn. These two cases are also knight shape Algs, but in these two cases you have this corner filled and it's like away from this 2x2 block. Same here, and in the previous case you had this corner filled to make the L like that, and here the L like that. So in the previous two, this corner was closer to the 2x2 block, and in these two cases it's farther away. So I'll start with this case first. To tell the difference between these two cases is easy. You just put this line in the middle, and then here the corner is going to be on the left, and here the corner is going to be on the right. And for this case, the Alg is just the 3x3 Alg, and it goes like this. For this case, this is also just like the mirror of the 3x3 Alg, a mirror of the previous one done from the back, and it goes like this. These two cases sort of look similar to the previous four. Because they kind of have like the L's going this way, and they also have like a 1x2 here. But it's pretty easy to see that they have 3 corners unsolved instead of 2 like the previous ones, and that's how you tell the difference. The way you tell the difference between these two cases is that if you put the L's at the top, then this has a 1x2 here on the left, and this has a 1x2 here on the right. I'll start with this case. The Alg for this is and the Alg for this case is from this angle goes like this. These two cases are also knight move shape cases, but the difference between these two and the previous 6 is that between these solved pieces you don't have a 1x2 block, and the previous ones did. These cases and the next two also look very similar to this 9 shape. Here you have the same thing, no 1x2 block. The Alg doesn't transfer over because you don't have any wide moves on a Megaminx, but I think the Algs are still pretty good. And the way you tell the difference between these two is that I guess if you put the block on the top, this has this extra corner on the left, and this has on the right. And now moving on to the Algs, I'll start with this case first. The Alg for this one is just an anti-student into one of the fish OLLs, so it goes like this. This is just the previous Alg from the back and mirrored, and it goes like this. These two are also knight move shape cases that look similar to the previous two because this block and these stickers can kind of like slide up here, but the difference between these two and the previous two is that here this corner is attached to the 2x2 block here, while in the previous case the extra corner was here and here, so it was away from it. And if you put the block on top, then this case has this 1x2 on the left, and this case has the 1x2 on the right. So that's how you tell the difference between these two. I'll start with this case first. The Alg for this goes like this. The Alg for this case goes like this, and the Alg for this is from this angle, and it goes like this. These next few Algs all look like wide students on 3x3. For these two in particular, you have a 2x2 block here and a 1x2 block here. The other cases look a bit different. but I'll explain that later. And the way you tell the difference between these two is that here you have the 1x2 on the left, and here you have the 1x2 on the right. And the Algs are pretty much the same thing as they are on 3x3. For this one, it goes like this. And for this case, the Alg is. These two cases also look like wide tunes, but the difference between these two and the previous two is that the 2x2 gray block is on the side instead of the top. And the way you tell the difference between these two cases is that here the blocks are middle right, and here the 2x1 blocks are middle left. So the out for this is, and this is just the same, it's just the mirror of the previous one from the back, and it goes like this. These are the last two cases that look like wide tunes, and the difference between these two and the last four is that in these cases you have 4 corners unsolved, while the previous ones had 3. And the difference between these two cases in particular is the same thing as the one in the last two. You just look at these blocks. Here they're middle left, and here they're middle right. And I'll start at this case first. The out goes like this. And this is just the inverse of the previous one from this angle, and it goes like this.